Port they understood.
Configure. Suppose as I told, like in the previous section also, um, that VLAN 1 should not be used, right? So VLAN 1 should not be used, and suppose there are different departments or there are different sections are there. Okay, so if you want to use as a VLAN 2, suppose there are different persons who are sitting, they want to access some kind of data. So you can also implement the port level security. Okay, so port level security. So how many MAC addresses can be given, and how many what are the maximum port security you can implement. Okay, so these are the basic commands you can which you can implement at your VLAN level.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, this is Murthy. Just I'm taking over this lecture back again. Similarly, if you whenever you are hosting these switches and routers, there is a kind of an UDP small servers also available. That small servers is basically which is useful for that creating like in a daytime, when displaying daytime is also is one service. So, and you know very well about that. Anything which is giving a service in a communication, that could be called as a server. That's what we called it as a small service. So your router or switch is giving a hosting in a service like eco testing, daytime, etc. So they are called as a servers, but they are only working for smaller purposes. That's what we call as a small servers. So generally, UCO can be used in DOS attacks. So how do we disable these things? So disable is basically the command which when you wanted to start such servers like in a small servers, TCP hyphen small servers. So simply adding no service TCP small servers is always the part of you can disable. So because it is not required. So because when you are using in the network, you generally use it NTP protocol, news time protocol. Why? Because you are hosting so many servers. All servers should manage one unique one time only, whether it is a database server, whether it is application server or web server. All these servers should have same time. Otherwise, investigating something, some attack has happened, some incident happened. When you want to investigate them, if the timestamps are different, you cannot prove it that the attack has been, the incident has been there. So that is where so you generally use the NTP service, especially you maintain NTP protocol. So these services are not required in individual devices. That's what no service TCP small service is always a better service. So if some services host as UDP protocol, where you know very well, once again I am stressing TCP is the reliable protocol. When the client and server both are talking to each other and confirm that the delivery happened properly. But when in case of UDP, user datacom protocol, it's like a radio. And radio speaks, and all radio listeners will only listen. So they only receiving mode. Whether you receiving or not receiving, whether you are listening, not listening, your radio station doesn't mind it. Their job is only broadcasting. So whatever the services are required UDP, like if you see YouTube streaming, video streaming, all are UDP based. So these such service, if anything, you are running in especially in for your organization in these switches, you need to disable. No service UDP, small servers. UDP hyphen small servers. Then Control Z to come out, once to save and come out and come back it. The securing management port. So management port is generally to manage your device, to manage your switch. You have, and especially whenever you're using management switch, because switch would be configured for dedicated purposes. Some of the clients like a server should have same port, and you may be like in a with a fixed port. We learned in the first date how to static addresses which we consider for the continuously giving to a particular area. So what is that? Actually switch understand MAC address. So MAC address means switch learns while communicating one port to another port, these devices, switch learns about their MAC addresses and storing temporarily. But in case if you required out of 24 port, some 2 ports are dedicated to some particular machines like a servers, which you need to give it to them. Then you can make it in a fixed MAC address to fixed port, a particular port 1, port 2, or for these MACs only would be connecting dedicatedly. So you can always use the ARP-S and IP address and MAC address. So for giving dedicated. So such kind of like enabling HTTP service, enabling TCP UDP service, you required management port. And also while we are configuring the IDS, how do you configure IDS? IDS basically also need to collect. So whether you are remembering or not, so hub is nothing but multi-port repeater. What exactly repeater does? Repeater is a kind of device which is basically works on layer 1. Layer 1 in turn, their major functionality is that only the boosting the signals, whether it is electro signals or mechanical signals, so that boosts and forward as much as further. Because we understood also the wire is limited. Like in take example of Ethernet wire, maximum 100 meters only it can travel. If you want to further extend to that boosting to the you need to give the boosting to the data signal so that it can forward it. For that, you require in between repeaters where it can forward further some distance. So repeaters are in general 2 port. That means whatever coming inside and delivering outside. Am I right? So if the same repeater, if you make into 8 ports, that is called 8-port hub. If you are making into 4 ports, 4-port hub. And if you are making into the 16 ports or 24 ports, it is in a multi-port repeater. Repeater doesn't mean anything coming in port that will forward to the remaining ports. So that's what when you are keeping an hub, if port 1 is talking to port 12, the remaining all ports will receive that message. Whatever message you send, I love you, I hate you, definitely everybody receives. At that time, your Wireshark is there, packet capture is there, that will collect the packets, and whatever the packets A is talking to B, all remaining people can listen those packets. Yes, sir. So management port is required to configure to collect such data of sensors from across all network segments so that they can understand about what kind of intrusions are coming towards a particular system, particular network. So for configuring such IDS systems, also you require management port. But every login must have a strong password. Strong password in the sense what exactly you will give? I don't know the strong passwords. What do you mean by strong password? See, generally you have a 101, 104 keyboards or even the 105, 106 keyboards. You might be having a different characters, a specialized characters. Okay, so your password should be have all characters what your keyboard is having, whether it is a capital letter, small letter, a special character, or anything, numerical character, all combinations should have minimum 8 to 10 passwords should be have. And the minimum timeout period should be configured. And configuring of the banner should be done. So all these things should be required. All these things should be required to do this particular activity.